So the final piece of news we have this week for 2K18, big show of course, as we said, lots of news this week and lots of impressions to share with the NBA Live 18 demo. But speaking of demos, looks like we might get one for well, in fact we will get one for 2K18. The Prelude is coming again,
Yep.
but I speculated in the news post that I made on the front page and in the forum when I shared the news that it was going to be similar to last year. According to Steve from OS, that's not the case. There's no details on what it's going to be yet, but apparently it's not going to be like last year where we got to play through the college part of Prez's career and then get to the draft, kind of like how it's going with the one in the Live 18 demo at the moment. But
Yep.
apparently it's going to be different this year, so it makes you wonder what it's going to be. Is it just going to be a different story, or is it just going to be something? I would have thought it would still be something with my career.
Oh, for sure. You'd have to, otherwise. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a demo. Basically, they might as well just call
Yeah.
it the NBA 2K18 demo. I mean, it's got to be story related. So even if it's not the same as 2K17, it could still be a similar concept. But then it's apparently, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's not that. So has the Prelude just become a fancy name for the 2K18 demo, or what else? What else could they do? I imagine there's got to be something with my career there to start.
They'd have to, otherwise. Yeah, I don't see how it. Well, obviously, like with Lives one, how it's got the one and all that, how you can do like a bit of the, build the story element and get your character up a little bit in terms of its ratings and build that element of foundation before you get to the release retail or the retail game and that. So yeah, it's a wait and see one in this case, or till we know more, whether that be next week or the week after.
And it's coming out September 8th, so a week before the early tip-off weekend. So we're not going to get as much time with it, which makes me think it's going to be much like last year's Prelude. It's not going to be huge. It's just going to be a bit of a preview of the game. I guess it's going to have a tutorial similar to the Prelude 2K17 and the live 18 demo, of course. I imagine it's going to have something like that. 2KU, if they continue to use that branding, might as well. It's a solid enough as brand name for the tutorial as any other mode, as any other one, any other moniker, I should say. But yeah, we don't know what else is going to be. But I am glad that they are releasing something like this. It gives us something to do as we're waiting for the game. Get a head start on my career or whatever other modes in the game. What if they do an Ultimate Team Prelude? That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I guess it's not for you, but
Yeah.
if they did something, that's the only thing that I could think of. Just giving you some kind of head start on one of the modes.
Yeah.
Probably not
Unless they got this new mode that we don't know about yet.
my Prelude.
The prelude to the prelude,
Yeah,
or preludeception.
Preception. Yeah, but it is nice that we are getting these demos. For a while there, the demos just weren't coming out for either game. You weren't really getting the previews, the try before you buy, and giving you something fun to play in the week leading up to it. And you look at how quiet the preview season starts off these days. To really end it with a bang, to give us a bit of hands-on time with the game in some form. Yeah, I really like it. I like that both companies are doing it.
Yeah, and I think definitely helps in terms of the consumer decision. Is there enough in this to keep me interested in buying a retail version and that? So
Yeah, is the gameplay up to scratch this year? Is this drawing me in?
yeah, and especially if they're gonna order like the legendary edition or gold one and all that stuff, then
Definitely.
if they're gonna put down that kind of money for it, then you'll definitely want to like test drive a car. Want to know before you buy. Try before you buy.
Yeah, and it back in the day, 2K's demos in particular were pretty disappointing and didn't do the games justice. One of the reasons it really took me a while to get into the 2K series, also the first incarnations of ISO Motion, I don't think were that good. They really got good when they added right stick controls. Now both companies are kind of copying each other in that respect, which I'm fine with. As long a good idea is a good idea. The fact that they are apparently changing up controls a bit this year in 2K18 again gives us a chance to really get a bit of a head start on learning the controls, much like the Live 18 demo as well. Uh, So to actually put out the Prelude like they did last year and have it be a pretty solid experience and a fun experience, because I enjoyed playing through the Prelude last year. Yeah, I think that it's a great idea for both companies to do that. I'm glad that they are doing it again this year, and I guess not surprising given that it was received pretty well last year.
Yeah, enjoyed the college experience element to it, and you got to sort of help in terms of getting ready for that day one when we were doing pro-am straight away. And I think as soon as the actual game came out.
Do you think this year it might focus on My Park, perhaps?
Uh,
I'm throwing out all these ideas that you just love.
yeah.
I know. My team, My Park. Let's see what else. My League Online. We'd probably have some fun with My League Online, actually. So that's maybe a bad example.
Yeah, well,
My League Online with the Cavs and the Warriors, the teams that we don't like. So.
Yeah, if we were able to do what we wanted to do with My League Online, like what we were sort of about talking before 2K17 came out, like between you, me, Leo, and Kenny, and Andrew, all the X and all that stuff, the sort of ideas that we were running with that kind of thing, that would have been really cool.
We can do it this year. They've got expansion, or they've got rebranding in My League Online this year.
Okay.
As we noted in the developer blog, but I think they've still got the same fantasy draft aspect. So it's kind of not quite what we want, but we can look into it, see if it's what we want.
Yeah, give it a roll. But in regards to your question, in terms of what was it? It was not my team, but
My Dynasty.
My Dynasty.
That's what they thought. That's what someone thought it was.
No, not that. How sort of going between, like, just before you said My League Online and
My Park.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Look, we've had some fun moments in Park, but for me it wouldn't be a selling. Yeah, for me it wouldn't be a selling point. To do that sort of thing, it'd be, and given to, like, if they have the issues that happen in particularly in the first two versions of Park After Dark, then yeah, that's not going to go well for them in terms of trying to sell the game, and to the consumer in that sort of sense. I think it really would have to be.
So I keep coming back to thinking that even if it's different some way, that it's still going to have to be My Career related, because it's the one that makes the most sense. I mean, maybe there is some My Park involved. Maybe you don't play through the early part of the story, but it's got to have to do something with your My Player and the connected modes. Surely, because it's the one that makes the most sense for a short demo.
Unless they're doing the whole My Park, or like you're starting from the street element instead of like a college element. That's where the story would begin, maybe.
Like Live is doing? I mean, maybe. You don't know. Could be.
Then would they call it My Street?
My Street, yeah.
Kenny might rebrand his one to Neighbours.
Yeah. Ramsey Street, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an NBA Street Home Court where you can actually put in your hometown. You can put in Ramsey Street. That'd be great. So I guess, as you said, it's a wait and see to find out more details about this. But we are getting the Prelude, and yeah, good on 2K for releasing that again, because it was enjoyable last year.